What is up, everybody? I'm Nolux, given here with your afternoon snap, and I've got to say, if Lamentis-1 is ever a hot location, Knull is going to be absolutely insane. Let's take a look. Both of our decks get destroyed, and this sends Knull to the moon all the way up to 57 power from one card. And we can even play two of them because we've got Mystique and some ramp. So I'm going to go ahead and snap, and then my opponent is going to retreat. Pretty quick one. So let's take a look at another game also featuring Lamentis-1 here. That is this time, let's see what Yondu destroys, an Arnim Zola, and then we're going to get Atlantis, Mindscape, and finally Lamentis-1 again as that third location. And we've got Galactus, we've got Knull, so we've got the tools to do some pretty incredible stuff. And Lamentis-1 also draws us into Wave, which will set up for a pretty nice curve here. Now we can go turn 4 Galactus, and then we'll still be able to play Knull down the stretch. So looking pretty good for us. Galactus also helps to add a little bit of power to Knull, as it didn't get as much power this game from Lamentis-1 just by itself. So Galactus will destroy the cards that have already been played and just give us a little bit more power into the Knull. I am debating, because we do also have the alternate game plan of Knull, Mystique, and Shang-Chi, so we could curve out either which way we want to in this one, but I'm going to go for the G-Man, add some more power to Knull. My opponent plays a Dr. Doom, so we'll even add a little bit more power even so, and definitely liking this choice. This was the best way to add additional power to our Knulls here, was to go for the G-Man. And from here, well, if we want to play double Knull, we still can. We'll just have to play Magik this turn, because otherwise we're just passing this turn, and then next turn we're going to play Knull plus Death, and we can basically still do that regardless. Though, one other thing that we can do, and one thing that I'm thinking, is maybe I don't want to give my opponent that extra turn, and because we'll have the extra play with Death, which is a free card, so maybe I just want to try to Shang-Chi and hit my opponent's Doombot. Definitely a lot of options going on this game. I do think that Shang-Chi will probably miss, as my opponent is pretty likely to play a card turning off Atlantis, but it was still worth a shot, and we could have destroyed whatever else they played there. Unfortunately, Black Panther only has 8 power, so we won't be able to blow that up, but now my opponent has priority, so we're playing around Shang-Chi, and we're going to be able to put much more power on the board than my opponent's Onin, doubling their Black Panther. We've got a Knull, baby, so that is going to be able to take over the game for us. Pretty sweet one, I thought. I did want to look at one more game, though, and this one has nothing to do with Lamentis-1. I just thought it was a sweet game to throw in to round out the video. It's a pretty good one. We've got the turn 3 Wave into the turn 4 G-Man. Just got to decide where we want to drop them. Stark Tower or Fisk Tower. Either way, we're all towered up here, triple towers, and ultimately I am going to go for the Stark Tower, though I do think it was probably best to play in Fisk Tower, because my opponent is somewhat incentivized to play in the Stark Tower themselves. So just something to think about, but I wind up throwing them in the Stark Tower, not really going to make too much of a difference on the game as a whole. One of the things that is a little bit tricky when you wave out Galactus is it means that your Knull isn't that big. You're really relying on some of your other cards in the deck to be able to grow your Knull, namely Shang-Chi. And with my opponent playing a Shuri, I don't think we're going to have too big of a problem Shang-Chi in something. They're probably going to play a Red Skull, and we'll be able to Shang-Chi that. So I just decided to play a Magik here, give my opponent a little bit more time to decide to play the Red Skull or not, and then they do. So they've got a 30 power Red Skull, and I probably should just Shang-Chi it here, but I get a little bit greedy. I know that my opponent's deck typically will then try to Taskmaster the Red Skull after playing it. And if they do that, they are going to be able to grab another Taskmaster or another 30 power card, even if we Shang-Chi. So I'm going to hold off for a second, and I'm just going to play Knull this turn and allow my opponent to grab another 30 power card with their Taskmaster. And now we're going to Shang-Chi, and we're going to blow them both up. I do the ARG emote, so that way my opponent thinks that we've really lost this one. But we have, because my opponent has armor on the final turn to protect both of their 30 power cards from Shang-Chi, and we wind up losing 8 cubes. So there we go, got a little bit cocky and wind up taking a loss. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe if you are not already, and let me know what type of content you want to see in the comments down below. But that's going to be it for me today. I'm No Lux Given. Peace.